And I'm back. So, yesterday, the 15th, I wrote a poem called Baby Let's Talk. And that one took me about 3 hours to write. Ew, sleep dirt. I'm not even tired yet. Getting there. And that one was really emotionally hard to write because it took a lot of energy just to get the words out. It took me a long time to get everything into focus because I haven't, like, I always advertise that, I've written stories and I've been working on Star Wars fanfic well before all this shit. I even talked about it in my video, my writing journey. I started out with poetry and then stories and evolved from there. I haven't written an actual romance poem in the last one I wrote 6 years ago, I guess. And that one was about 5 or 6 years ago. That one was called Dating Vows. That was my last real love poem I wrote. And it's been rough because I've been so focused on writing. I need water. I love it's off topic. I love it when I upload a video because half the time there's always those weird faces I make. I'm like, oh man, that's good. So, it took a lot of energy for me just to get the words out, and it was really rough, really dark, really deep, emotional, and personal, and just hard. Because, I have a lot of different people in my life have inspired me to write. It's not just, Jess wasn't the first one to really inspire me. Like, she kickstarted Star Wars, the Star Wars trilogy for. Jess kickstarted the Star Wars fanfic for me when I saw her that first time in the hallway, all those years ago in high school. But if I'm going to really credit my work, it goes to my first muse, my first female character, Amy Jacobs. And I wrote her ass up 18 years ago, 2001. I wrote her up because I was sitting in my room and my stepdad had just come back from seeing his uncle. Not his uncle. My uncle, his brother. I always get that shit confused sometimes. Like, his uncle. My brother. You know what I'm fucking talking about. Anyway, he gave me Saliva's CD from 2000. The hell was that one? I don't remember the fucking title. I know the damn title. Oh, Every 6 Seconds. Yeah. And I loved it. It was such a good album, and I was jamming on it, and he told me you should check out, what was that? I think it was Click Click Boom, or it might have been Your Disease. One of the two. And then I got into it, and then Your Disease started playing, and I saw her in the song, and I'm like, damn, like, this is some powerful shit. And she was the first person I wrote a story about. Like, no rhyme, no reason, just went straight through, just no plot line, no Venn diagram, no spider web, no what's the word I want? No plan of action at all. Just I straight wrote. Of course, that story's butchered as fuck. It needs rewritten. It's a story that she's in. The first one is called Breaking Point: Love, Lost, Sacrifice. And I need to rewrite it because it's so butchered. And this is 19 years, this is like 18 years ago. So I save time by writing in chat speak. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Letter R, letter U, number 2. Basically shortening everything. Your was you are, and if I felt like it, it was you are, or no, U apostrophe RE. B as in letter B. You get the gist of it. Shit's nuts. Like, I love chat speak. That shit helped me so much with stories. And then it became a pain in the ass as I got older. I was like, wait a minute. I have to go back and actually write the words out. Fuck. So, yeah, anyway. Fast forward 18 years later, here I am. And I'd been neglecting my muse for so long, and I didn't realize how long I'd really neglected her ass. Like, she's the reason I really got into writing. Not Jess. Jess was second. Amy's number 1. Jess is a very, very close second and shit. And, Amy has been with me for so long, and she's been a part of my work. Even in the smallest fucking ways. It's so hilarious. It's so funny. When I'm not even thinking about the woman, she pops up in a movie, she pops up in a song, she pops up in a show, she pops up in my daily life, just in regular fucking shit. Like, I was watching X-Files, and the one episode came on, and Mulder's like, oh, her name's Amy Jacobs. I'm like, motherfucker. And that was a couple years ago. I was like, God damn it. I mean, like, it got so bad. Like, I was like so obsessed with Amy when I was younger. And it got to the point that I was so obsessed and pissed off by her that in Breaking Point, I actually wrote a rape scene and had her raped. Because it drove me nuts. It was like, I mean, to this day, I regret writing that scene. But, and it's hurtful, to say that. It's like, I regret writing that scene because it hurt so much, because that was, that's my girl. That's my baby. Like, I really hurt her, and I didn't mean to do that, but like, the shit at that age, I was 14 going on 15, and shit was like like pulsing in my head and shit, and it drove me nuts. So yeah, I gotta rewrite that motherfucker though. Like I said, tons of chat speak, and then it's written in different fonts. Fun times. Anyway, fast forward to Baby Let's Talk. So the poem is dedicated to her, because I haven't talked to her in a long fucking time. Like, the last time I think I wrote about her was After Breath, and that was, Jesus, 3 years ago? 2-3 years ago, maybe? So yeah, that was the last time I ever really, like, talked to her. Or put her in, or, acknowledged her existence. So, it's rough. I mean, if you got a muse, you know what I'm talking about. You know exactly what I'm talking about. You always have someone that, has been your constant for however many years or months or whatever, and they've never left your side. And it's hard to, sometimes they slip through the cracks and you forget about them. And then one day you're like, shit, where the hell have you been? I am not an alcoholic. Just thirsty. Gum's no good. Sit there. So, I wrote the poem up for her, and I felt so much better. Like the weight that was on me, like, lifted and just melted away. And I felt really good about it. Like I hadn't written anything like really romantic and shit in a long time. And writing to her and about her to her felt better. It felt right, it felt good. You know, it's like I miss her a lot, and it's hard sometimes because I get so caught up in other work that, you know, I forget that, you know, she's the reason I have such an amazing talent. I mean, it's not just me behind the words, it's also her behind the words as well. Like when I do, like when I write romantic shit, you know, she's behind it mostly. But if it's about someone else, if it's about Jess, then, you know, it's me behind it mostly. And if it's, you know, if it's Amy, yeah, it's Amy. If it's Amy behind me and shit, it comes out really good. If it's Jess that I'm thinking about, that comes out good. If it's somebody else I'm thinking about, sometimes that comes out good. It depends on how I go. I go by what words flow into my head. Because I've watched so much shit, listened to so much shit, read a lot of shit. And it's. Man, I'm fucking tired. Yeah, usually I'm asleep when I felt like writing. So it's just, it's rough. I mean, like, case in point, don't neglect your muses, even if you have but one, or if you have many. If you have many, don't neglect any of them. Always say hi to them. Always keep them in mind. Always. That too. That's number one. You know, always check up on them. Even if you've abandoned the project they were in, just, you know, go back, say hi. So I guarantee they'll talk to you. Sometimes mine do. I had that happen when I was, who was that? I was actually I was working on Star Wars. And I had a small, what was it? Therapy session. A small therapy session with, I think, Eve or Vanessa. I don't remember. And it felt good. It just helps because I'll get to them points in a story where I'm feeling like shit, and I'll be like, you know, I want to talk, and you know, they talk right back to me, and it feels so good. It just flows like a motherfucker, and then I feel better, and then I jump back into the game for a little bit, and I'm like, fuck, I need to go to bed. Watch the cover for this video. Like, he likes dick. I'm like, nah. I like kids. I smell children. Anyway, I'm gonna get off of here. I'm gonna leave the link to the story in the description box below. I will also leave my many Patreon accounts to my demon friends in hell so they can get out. You just have to pay $19.95 plus shipping and handling. All major credit cards are accepted except Discover card because fuck you. So, anyway, I will catch you all if you watch this video, if you make it to the end of this. I don't know when. I will also say that there won't be as many, like I said this before in my, I know I'm getting off topic, but I'm reiterating. There won't be as many sunrise or sunset vids because it's, you know, bleeding into, it's November and coming into November. Dumb motherfucker. It's October, middle of October, bleeding into November. So the weather's changing. It's cold where I'm at. I'm in Maryland. And the cloudscape isn't as brilliant as it used to be. So storm fronts aren't as popular, much less even fucking sprinkle, shower and shit. So there won't be as many of those, because mostly when the sun goes down, it's just, the bright flare, the bright light off in the field and shit. That's it. That's all, just bright light, and that's it. No clouds. Sucks. But, oh well. Anyway, so figured to update you on what I've been writing. So I've been doing about back-to-back writing. Or writing something to Amy, and then writing something to Amy, and then writing Star Wars. So there you go. Till next time, like and subscribe for thoughts and prayers, asshole.